Artificial sweeteners, my personal opinion, they're absolutely fantastic. Now, we have to look at it in two different camps. One is that we have to take the research and we have to dissect it and not just cherry pick specific studies that will show specific things, which often the news will do. You have to look at it from a grand scheme of things. It's like, what do we know so far within the research and what do we know from a practical application standpoint? So, practical application, there's 0 calories or very, very minimal calories to apply a sweetening a taste to your teas, coffees, cake mixtures, anything that you want to make sweet, oats, breakfast, whatever you need. You can put it over your Weetabix if you want to. And they allow you to stick to food intake better because you're getting that sweet fix, so you don't go and eat a box of Haribo. So they're fantastic. They fit diets very, very well. They fit like cake mixtures and reducing calories in more palatable, dense foods like that. It gives you options to enjoy your food as well. Now, from a research perspective, the thing that gets the most bashing is aspartame. So, aspartame is in things in Diet Coke and is in these artificial sweeteners, Canderel and all of the others, sucralose or whatnot it is. Now, it's very, very conclusive from the research that you would need probably over, and I don't know the exact numbers, but you would over like 2,000 Diet Cokes in one day to get the negative effects of the aspartame. Now, for me, having that practical application, you're not going to drink that amount. So therefore, the dose that you're going to get and the negative side effects are basically zero. You need to drink so many to get that level of dose response to get any type of negative side effects from aspartame. You're more likely going to go out on the pavement and get hit by a bus than you would do get any that side effects from drinking one Diet Coke. So we have to just put that in reality. That research will be extrapolated and the review and the conclusion will be taken and it'll be thrown into reviews and thrown into men's health and thrown into women's health when it fits their narrative. But reality, Diet Coke, all the 0 calorie drinks, all of the sweeteners, all of the things like that are fantastic for your ability to get great results, enjoy something sweet, and have things that are low calorie. Let's look at this from a practical application standpoint. Is that calories are king. If you eat too many calories, you get fat. If you eat too little calories, you get lose weight. And even if you hold the same calories, you'll maintain your weight in a broad statement. When you're losing weight and you're trying to get in a diet phase, your goal is to keep calories really low. Now, if you had a can of Coke, and let's say if you were on 1,200 calories, you're a female, 55 kilos, and you've got 1,200 calories for the day, and you've got to harbour these and manage these as best as possible, and then you go and spend 150 to 180 calories on a can of Coke because you want something sweet, you take away 1/10 of your calorie intake for the day by going for a can of Coke. Whereas you can come along now and have a Diet Coke, which is 0 calories, and enjoy that specific thing without taking away from your calories for the day. Now, for me, that's a fantastic thing. That is amazing for diet culture. That is amazing for losing weight because you're getting something that is very, very similar to the real thing without the calories, without any implication on your diet. So for me, it's a fantastic achievement. You can then have, you can look at it from a coffee and tea perspective. Is that instead of having, my dad and the Johnsons are a very, very big tea belly family, and they will have between probably 10 and 20 cups of tea every single day, without fail. Every single one of them with two sugars and a dash of milk. Now, 1 teaspoon of sugar is about 20 to 30 calories. If he could take 20 to 30 calories and times that by 20, that's going to be over 400 calories from just sugar in his tea. Not including the milk, not including the rest of his day's food. But if you could take 400 calories away by putting sweetener instead of the sugar, he's 400 calories better off. And if he was trying to lose weight, or if those people that had 8 to 10 teaspoons of sugar every single day, let's say you're even looking at the Indian culture who have lots of chai and they have lots of sugar in there, you could take away that element and save yourself 100 to 200 calories depending on how many you have every single day. For me, that is a massively big investment, and that is something that would go really, really down well if you're dieting and your sustainability. Sure, lifestyle, you can have your sugar in your chai, you can have your sugar in your tea if you want that in your calories. But when you're dieting and you've got these finances of calories to kind of manage as best as you can to get the results that you want, you have to make these small changes to withstand the pressures of using your calories in not so great ideas. So for me, the sweeteners are a fantastic idea. Low calories, they allow you to have and save calories in small different places that you might not be seeing that you spend a lot in. So just have a look in how many times you add the sugar to the tea, how many times that you add that to your oats or your Weetabix, see how many times that you add, you want a Coke instead of a Diet Coke. You'll see that these calories add up on a day-to-day basis. Now, the last thing to speak about is just from a digestive standpoint. Some artificial sweeteners do not go well with some people's digestive system and will cause more bloating and stuff. So you have to be aware of how much you're utilizing on that side of things. It doesn't have any long-term ramifications that we know of yet, but ultimately you have to get to know yourself. It doesn't really help that obviously Diet Coke and stuff like that is fizzy, so we don't know whether it's the fizziness that comes and creates the bloating or it's the sweeteners. But what I can say is that you have to find your own tolerance, and for some people you might be able to drink 5, 6 Diet Cokes every single day and be absolutely fine. For some you might only get 1 or 2 before you start feeling that bloating. Just be aware of it and utilize it as best as you can over the time period. So for me, artificial sweeteners, not a bad thing at all, great idea.